What's up, all my Ewoks, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as Star Wars Girl, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the last episode of She-Hulk. So if you guys have not watched the show or you guys haven't watched any of the reviews, there is going to be spoilers in this video, so just warning before I get into that. Also, guys, my channel is Hardcore Shadow Band here on YouTube, so every single like, share, comment really helps on my channel, fighting the pesky YouTube algorithm. And if you guys haven't yet, maybe take a minute, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, make sure that that bell is set to all, that way you actually get notifications when I put out videos and live streams. And that's out of the way. Spoiler warning. Let's get on to the topic. Alright guys, so I have Twitter pulled up. Now everything I show you guys in my videos is always linked down below in the description of this video if you guys want to go see it for yourself. Now, one of the things that this show, She-Hulk, was very reliant on throughout the season was cameos. And that was one thing that they had to rub in your face over and over again, was that, oh my gosh, we're having this cameo, but the show isn't about all of these cameos. It's a She-Hulk show. It's about She-Hulk. Don't worry about all the cameos. It's a She-Hulk show. And they even had She-Hulk break the fourth wall, which, I mean, she does do. And I created this meme, and I'll put it up on the screen again. Okay, there's a difference between breaking the fourth wall and, doing it interesting to add to the story and, to further develop the character. And there's people that just use it because they can, but they don't know how to use it. And it's like the analogy that I've used over and over again about how it's like, you got John Byrne, who knows how to do it and do it correctly, and have it be interesting to the storytelling and have it be a story tactic that's utilized well, that fits with the character in the universe. And then you have the people working at the MCU who have no idea what they're doing, and it just is a absolute dumpster fire shit show anytime they try to attempt anything. And it's like, you really could just follow the comics, the source material that this is based on, but no, that they're too good for that. So to get people to watch their terrible TV show, which is just an absolute catastrophe, and I mean, I would say it's like Frankenstein's monster version of She-Hulk, but that's an insult to Frankenstein's monster. And I mean, they really did rely on cameos throughout the show. Like, the big draw was like, when is Daredevil gonna show up? Oh, let's get Wong in. Oh, let's have Hulk come in. So a show that's literally the draw is that they have these big name characters and celebrities coming into the show, and that's the draw. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself on the actual quality of the content, but then they want to scream at the top of their lungs, no, this show, it's not just a cameo show, it's a She-Hulk show. How dare you insinuate that this is all about cameos? But that's literally what it is. So this is a tweet that I posted last night. When this video comes out later, it'll be much later. But so this is from the last episode, and this is an article where Jessica Gao, the writer for the show, talks about the big cameo that they have in here. Now, it's completely fine if you don't know who this character is. He's more of a newer Marvel character. I think he was created in 2003 or 2005. I could be off on my dates there, but he's from Planet Hulk. He's one of Hulk's sons. Hulk has twin sons with this alien chick. One of them is bad, one of them is good, and this is the good one. And I mean, the way that they did this, it's the best analogy that I could have that like normies would understand. It's basically, you have The Empire Strikes Back, and you have the big reveal, oh, Luke, I know I am your father. And you have the son who's like, oh shit, like I have all this, all of this baggage and all of this trauma. And it's like, he doesn't want to kill his father, and he doesn't want to fight with his father, and his brother's kind of psycho, and the whole twin dynamic. But it's basically the way I can describe it to normies to, make them understand kind of the severity of this fuck up is that, imagine that Luke Skywalker got introduced in Empire Strikes Back with Darth Vader showing up to a family barbecue and being like, yo guys, this is my son. And it's like, yeah, I'm not saying that the Hulk is Darth Vader. I'm not, but that's like the best analogy to like how dramatic this was if you actually like know a bit about these characters. And it's just like, what the hell are you doing? So imagine that, like, that's literally what they just did. And And so it's like people that were outraged. I mean, I think rightfully so. Now, I don't have any real ties to this character. I was just kind of like, really, that's what you do. At this point, when it comes to Marvel, though, I'm just like, really? Okay, you guys are doing this now. It's run by incompetent morons. So it takes a lot to shock me now, but I mean, they continue to do so. But I was kind of numb at this point. But you have to take in mind, I watched 9 episodes of She-Hulk, so that I think says enough in and of itself. But so this is like a snippet I have from the article. I do have the article linked down below in the description once again, if you guys want to go check it out and read it. It's very short, but I mean, it says basically, I mean, they said everything that they need to say in a few paragraphs, but so this is a quote from the article by Jessica Gao. Initially, when we first started talking about how the season would end, we were like, it'd be fun to do a big cameo at the very, very end. Like the last scene, the last moment, a big cameo for the MCU. That'd be really cool. Like, you know what? One of the things that I like to do is I like to go back and I really enjoy like old talk shows. Like I'm a big fan of Johnny Carson. And the further you go back, I feel, at least in my own opinion, the more intelligent people were, the more eloquent they were. They had better diction, they had better grammar, they carried themselves very, very differently, and they're very well educated. And it shows in the way that they speak. They had very large vocabularies, and you have people with actual intellect, and then you have this is modern day Marvel. I gotta be very, very cool to like get a big cameo. It's like you've had a cameo basically in every single episode, but no, let's get a big cameo at the end. That's gonna be the draw for She-Hulk, not this, ultimate awesome storyline or plot that they could be alluding to with this big epic moment that's like this very big character development for She-Hulk, like this big like coming to terms with being a She-Hulk, or coming to terms with how she's dealing with that and balancing her life, that kind of the things that people are actually interested in. But no, let's throw a cameo. That's going to be the big draw. That again, that shows how much faith that they have in their own character, that the big draw is going to be, let's throw in another cameo instead of actually, putting time, energy, and effort into writing a good story. It's like, no, let's just throw in cameos. It's like like taking dog poop and sprinkling glitter on it. That's basically what they're doing. And the vapidness, the way that these people talk, it's no surprise why we have the quality, and I'm air quoting quality because there really is no quality in this. I mean, millions of dollars going down the drain, but that is what it is right now. Gao tells EW, but then we realize that's so dependent on who's willing to do it, what their availability is, and there's just no way at the scripting stage that we would be able to get any story or sort of guarantees on who would be able to do it. So it's dependent on that you can't really commit to a person in the script. So then, though, it would really be cool if we could tease a new character at the end, either as the last moment of the last scene or even a post-credits tag. It's like again, there's no thought, there's no story. It's how do we distract people from our terrible writing and storytelling with glitter? That's all it is. Gao reveals the writers went through a lot of comics to find out who we could use, but once again they realized it was really dependent on whether or not Marvel boss Kevin Feige would be okay with all of that. As for how they ultimately landed on introducing Bruce's Hulk son Skaar, excuse me, sorry, names, dyslexia, all that fun stuff, and what his MCU future holds. It was Kevin himself who decided that it should be Skaar. So direct and future questions about that to the man himself, Gao says. Now, don't you like how she just places the blame on Kevin? Like, oh, if you don't like that, blame Kevin. It's like, well, no, Kevin just approved on who you could use from the MCU that hasn't been introduced yet. Like, that's all he did. Kevin didn't write this show. Kevin approved the show for some odd reason. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that man. It started off strong, but then again, he didn't actually start off the MCU. It was Kevin Favreau that started it off, and I feel like Kevin Feige just gets all the credit for it. But if you actually think about it, who was doing who did Iron Man? Oh yeah, that was Jon Favreau, right? Who started the MCU? Oh yeah, Jon Favreau, who kind of laid it all out and set up the, little pieces. Oh yeah, that was Jon Favreau. And then he got pushed out and Kevin Feige took over, and Kevin Feige gets all the credit for basically all of the stepping stones that Jon Favreau laid. It's funny how everyone seems to forget that. But in this case, Kevin just approved. Kevin didn't do what Jessica Gao did, which was take a beloved character and completely butcher it episode by episode. And honestly, I feel like I've said enough on this show already, but I'm going to leave you with this. Back in the day, back before TV shows and personalities on the internet, like writers and stuff, back before they had their streaming services with mega corporations backing them, behind them, and protecting them from, the ratings actually getting out there, back when TV shows were on TV channels or, television stations, and it was completely reliant on, is your show going to get renewed or not, based on the actual ratings, who is watching this. And that information was kind of public because all of these different shows were on these different channels, and it was up to the networks on what shows, would be allowed to be on the air or not, because there was only a certain amount of airtime. And so if a show wasn't good, if people weren't watching the show, it wouldn't get continued. They would discontinue it if no one was watching it. And that's not the case anymore. It doesn't matter about the quality of the content. All that matters is that they are making content. And I mean, that's why you have the lack of quality. I mean, if you go into stores like the 99-cent store, like the dollar store, there's a ton of crap in those stores, like just mountains and mountains of crap in the 99-cent store. It doesn't matter about the quality of the crap. I mean, it's 99 cents and $1. I mean, yeah, sometimes you get some good finds. I'm not saying that, everything in the dollar store and the 99-cent store are bad. Of course, sometimes you get, a good bang for your buck. But in this case, that's not how it works. It's just, they are just trying to push out as much content as possible without actually considering the quality of the content. And that's why, for me personally, when I think of shows that I actually like, I mean, they're older. I mean, they're at least a decade old. And I mean, I like watching Star Trek. I like watching shows like, I know it's cheesy, but I like watching shows like The Beverly Hillbillies and Little House on the Prairie. Like those shows, Little House on the Prairie, I mean, that's one of the most beloved shows of all time. And I mean, yeah, that's just a little bit different because it was based on, real life and all of that stuff. And you had, a genius like Michael Landon working on it. But I mean, there was real quality there, and there was real care in the storytelling and the filmmaking and the art behind it. When you go back and watch the original Star Trek, yeah, that was made back in the 60s, but there's a reason why it touched the hearts of so many people, and that why it's the legacy that it is, or at least that it was before the people that are in charge of it now got a hold of it. There was quality there, and the quality and the intelligence and the integrity, it isn't there anymore, and you can just see it. Look at the people that they have writing this show. It's not there anymore, and that's very, very sad. And that's why shows like this, they're not going to stand the test of time. They are going to be easily forgotten, and this isn't a rewatchable show. This isn't something that you can turn on any episode and go back and watch it. I mean, it's just not. I mean, it was painful enough to get through it once. Like, I don't ever want to have to watch this again, and I don't think I am going to ever watch this again. It was not enjoyable. It was not fun. It was work to get through every single episode, and it's not like this was a long show. Like, each episode was less than 30 minutes long, and it was painful. There's no talent, there's no quality, and that's why you have to rely on cameos, and they want to hide behind this isn't a cameo show. No, it was. That was the draw to get people to watch it, was who's going to show up in the next episode of She-Hulk. Nobody was actually watching it for the content, because there wasn't any content. There was no substance. This was very vapid, very surface level. There wasn't anything to it. And I mean, that show's with the writers. There's nothing to the writers. And I mean, that's why you get what we got. And it's sad, but the people that are in charge, they don't care. It's quantity over quality, which is really, really sad. But it's the world that we're in right now. It sucks. But yeah. Anyways, everyone, I feel like I've rambled on about this long enough. I just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents on the situation. But guys, let me know what you think about all of this down below in the comment section. If you guys like this video, please smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay, dude. Thank you so much for watching this far through. I really, really do appreciate it. And guys, again, my channel is Hardcore Shutterban, so every single like, share, comment really, really helps out my channel fighting the pesky YouTube algorithms. And if you guys haven't yet, maybe take a minute, smash that subscribe button or ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set to all. That way you actually get notifications when I post videos and when I do live streams. And until next time, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much again for supporting my channel and my content. And if you guys would like to support me further, my cosplay calendar, my gamer edition cosplay calendar, is live still now on Indiegogo for a limited time only. We were very, very successful in the campaign, and we are currently in demand. In demand is only going to be up for a limited time only, so be sure to go check it out before we take this down. And guys, once again, thank you so much for this. If you guys want to go and back this campaign, the link is down below in the description of this video, and make sure that you guys check it regularly, because I do add updates on there and more photos are coming soon. So thank you guys. And last but not least, guys, I have a Twitch that I am trying to go. I am at 5.7K followers right now, and I'm trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. So if you guys haven't gone and followed me over on Twitch, go and do so now. The link is in the description of this video. I play a lot of games on here like Elden Ring and KOTOR, so go check it out if you haven't already. And that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.